Sports Radio 66, my son.
The Fan.
WFAN.
Sports Radio 66, The Fan. WFAN, New York.
All right, let's go right to Madison Square Garden. Our very own Outside the Cage podcast team of Pete Hoffman and Ike Feldman.
Madison Square Garden and New York City gets the fastest rising sport probably in the world.
If you like chaos,
You got it.
you certainly got it.
Championship belts in 2 weight classes at the same time.
We're going to do everything that we said we would do when we got to New York.
Looking for that knockout punch. And boom.
This is Cowboy, and you're listening to WFAN Outside the Cage podcast.
This is WFAN's Outside the Cage with your host, Pete Heifman.
Whoa, you take 2 weeks
off. Let's do that over again. This is WFAN's Outside the Cage with your host, Pete Hoffman, Ike Feldman.
What up?
Check us out at _Outside the Cage, at Ike _CBS.
At the Hoff WFAN.
There we go.
I forgot your name.
There we go.
How you doing, Peter?
I'm doing fantastic. By the way, for everybody listening, we have in about 10 minutes or so, as we always do, we have a guest joining us, Aljamain Sterling.
Aljo.
Aljo! Take him down, Aljo! As
Team
Matt
Longo.
Sarah screams from the corner. He's going to join us about 10 minutes. He's in Nashville right now with his boy, Alan Quinta.
Roll him like a Rollatini. What are you doing out there?
And, dude, awesome interview. Enjoying life right now. Coming off a nice little high from Augusto Mendez with the big victory. But, dude,
You're coming off the biggest high. Excuse me.
We got a lot going
How was the
on
wedding?
right now.
What's going on?
It was fantastic. There's a lot going on, dude.
Congratulations again.
I haven't seen you in forever. I missed you, Ike.
I missed you too, man.
I took a lot of time to watch you and everybody, and
Thank you.
The podcast was great. You did a great job. Interviews were fantastic.
Like the intro now joke, I can't intro without you.
Well, I feel good about that. I feel really good about that. I'm needed for somebody else besides my wife, but I'm needed. But dude, no, the wedding was fantastic. Again, I love my beautiful wife Nicole. Looked fantastic on the day of. We enjoyed a little honeymoon. We had a pleasant time for the past 2 weeks.
Love the pictures, man. Looked like the hikes were fun. Looked like everything was fantastic.
It was gorgeous. My two stepsons, JD and Nicholas, they had a blast. And that's really all you can ask for. The family was good, dude. And it's all about family, man.
Fantastic. I got killed back here because everybody's like, why are you at the wedding? I'm like, I was in Buffalo for the event. They're like, what does that mean?
It's funny enough because
like,
I
he
really
was half foot in, half foot out.
First of all, I didn't even really tell anybody about the wedding, and I didn't really invite anybody from here from the station. I was going to invite you, but last minute I chose not to.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I got an email from somebody.
You got to do the 10 other scoundrels and the
Yeah, and I got an email from one of the salespeople. Actually said, you know what? When I got married, I didn't invite anybody from the station.
Nothing wrong with
so
that.
kudos to you. I guess someone must have been talking crap about it, which people do. They talk crap here all the time.
It's friggin' high school again.
Yeah. But on an exciting note, too, this is newly announced, unless you'd follow me on Facebook or whatever, but we also did our reveal at the wedding because we are expecting a child in September.
Better be a boy.
It is a boy.
Yeah, dude, come on. Testosterone over estrogen every day.
And
every day.
I was fighting for Connor as the name, and I got shot down. She suggested Bruce Wayne, so that might be. She's a big comic book fan, so
okay.
Yes, Nicole.
Okay.
But we're going through it right now. We're picking out some names, so it should be good. Maybe Aljamain.
Aljo. Dude, I like it. It's different. It's But dude, back in the saddle. You watch the fights?
Oh yeah, no, dude. We talked last week about I was actually able to catch all the fights. Well, the main card. I didn't see any of the prelims or undercard stuff like that, but I was able to see all the controversy, which is great. I love coming home and seeing controversy. But then I was able to see the fights on Saturday as well. I saw Aljo win and DJ still just doing his thing. And oddly enough, I just want to say that I was typing out. I was looking. I thought the first round could have gone either way. Everyone's like, "You're crazy." Mighty Mouse won entirely. but it was a decent round for his opponents. That's a good round.
Let me set the scene. This dude has tied Anderson Silva for the most title defenses ever.
Yeah.
Past George St. Pierre. This dude, he's moved up. He was at 135 at one point, fought Dominic Cruz. Lost. I believe that's his lone loss. Obviously, Dominic Cruz, a longtime champ. And then comes out here and he submits the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion.
I know.
Submits.
I know.
Is this dude the best ever? Because I know Joe Rogan, before they went into their whole conspiracy theories, they let off the show, is DJ the best ever?
Oh, man. I mean, in this weight class, yes. No question. That's a dumb statement, but yes, that's true. I mean, he lost to Dominic Cruz, and Dominic Cruz is one of the best, right?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I don't know. Best champion, he's up there. He's top 3, no question, but I don't know if he's the best. I think Anderson Silva in his prime in that weight class, the people that Anderson Silva fought, no doubt, were some prime meat right there.
Can we start to weigh in that knockouts way more than going 5-round decisions?
Yeah.
I know submission's great, but dude, like you said, Silva was facing top competition and finishing them.
Yeah.
John Jones finishing them.
I remember Rich Franklin's nose, what it looked like before he got into a fight with Silva. It was ridiculous. So yeah, no, I would say Silva definitely is up there in the top notch. DJ's doing well though, man. Listen, you don't want to take it's just,
he's not fun. He plays video games as a hobby.
And he's a good dude.
I know.
And he's a good dude.
That. We need Jones back.
We need a villain. So you can't hate DJ. There's nothing to hate about him. You know, even when he beat Tim Elliott, you're like, oh, I want to see Elliott win, but I was really happy to see Mighty Mouse on top. But here's the thing: is it's not an insult to Mighty Mouse to say that he's not the best ever, because he's still one of the best ever, the top maybe 3 ever in MMA. Yeah. So is that really an insult?
I guess for the keyboard Kimura people, because apparently he's won on every list. John Jones is gone. He's in Vegas probably right now. I'm very scared for John joining his party life again now, getting back into the fight camp. But no, DJ, yes, number 1 pound for pound now as of April 22nd, whatever it is. But no, dude, can't do it. I can't do it. He doesn't bring anything threatening immediately in that first minute to a fight. I feel the best ever has to transcend through weight class. I don't think he would try to. All right, if he was to fight John Jones,
right,
he would obviously try to decision him. He would puff him around, and John Jones would take him down and elbow him. Like, we know that if they fought in a fantasy world.
Okay, but you just said John Jones, but like more realistically, we talk about Dominic Cruz. He fought Dominic Cruz. And I'm not saying that maybe it was a different time in their lives and whatnot. Maybe now DJ fighting Dominic Cruz, maybe DJ would have the upper hand at that 135 weight class. I mean, I love Dominic Cruz, but maybe his injuries have really taken on a toll. You don't know. But that being
Cody wants to fight DJ now.
I did see that, and they said they don't want to do that because they would do flyweight, right?
Yeah.
I heard that they were recommending him to stay where he is. First of all, that bantamweight, as we were going to talk about with Aljamain, that bantamweight division is stacked. But that being said, though, he has fought other people that are considered top notch, and he lost the fight. So and it's only a 10-pound difference in weight class. So Dominic Cruz, you could almost say, is better than DJ in that stance. A better matchup, at least, for Dominic Cruz.
Granted, Dominic is a bigger 135. I believe he's like 5'8". But, dude, you're 100% right. It took him down with these over and over, and that's the fight that you can say, if he beat him, it would have been a Conor moving up or a John Jones eventually fighting heavyweight, which he could have been the best ever. Not the best ever. I think we agree on that.
Oh, no doubt. And, again, love DJ. He's fantastic. He's going to have this belt for quite a while, unless – I don't know who's coming up next. I really don't see anybody that's.
I'm pushing for Cody, baby. I'm pushing for Cody.
You've been pushing for this Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight, and it sounds like it's going to happen. So maybe keep on pushing, man. Somebody's obviously listening, and it wasn't me, or it wasn't Brian Campbell. It wasn't anybody else that we had. We had John Anik on. He said no. We had.
Ariel said no.
Yeah, everyone said no, but you. So you know something.
Me and Carton, baby. That's why.
Yes, exactly. But
dude, Whitaker taking out Schuza.
I know that was
Who
that was.
Saw that.
And that sucks because you've been waiting up for Jacare to get a title shot for so long, and it's like, did he not take Whitaker serious? He got beat up, dude. He got beat up.
It looked easy.
Yeah.
It looked way easy. And now everybody's saying, does Whitaker jump in against Silva at 212, or does Rockhold and Whitaker? Like, now the 185 division's looking pretty fun.
There's a lot of people still in 185. Listen, I mean, Weidman lost the fight for whatever reason, and there's still potentially a Masasi rematch in there, but there's a lot of 185ers going around, and Silva's still. Listen, Silva's never what he's not going to be what he ever was, but it's still nice to watch him fight. But I wouldn't say Silva Whitaker.
Who do you want, Silva? Because they're looking for a replacement. I think.
Right,
since
because of
Kelvin
gas
popped for the weed, dude, and we're trying to get Blades on to obviously not ask him about. Yeah, right.
He's fighting July 8th, by the way.
Curtis?
It's not officially confirmed on many places. I saw him on Snapchat, which we're on Snapchat, WFAN's Outside the Cage, somewhere on there. But I saw him. Oh, geez, I forgot his opponent's last name. I can't remember it off the top of my head. It's one of the ones with the O's, and it's a long one and tough to pronounce. So I'm going to screw it up. But yeah, so I wasn't the guy who was expecting. I was hoping for Lewis. That would have been a nice fight for Blades at least.
You want that black on black crime so bad.
Dude, it would have been a nice fight, man. I mean,
I agree.
Blades coming off some really nice victories, and Lewis deserves, to fight someone. Oh, well, does he have another fight lined up? I can't remember now.
Yeah, it's going to be Lewis and Hunt.
Ngannou,
Ngannou's still floating out there. He wants Kane. I think Dana White's hunting down these people who are in that MMAAA. He's literally trying to line them up.
Knock him out.
Cowboy wants to fight again in 5 weeks, wants to fight now.
Dude,
in 5
Lawler,
months
Cerrone Lawler, dude, that's going to be great.
Lawler. Dana White's lining him up, and now all of a sudden Kane is like, no, I'm not going to fight Ngannou. And he's like, that's a big dude. I'm not ready for it. Maybe I'm going to take some time off.
I said with Kane, with his injuries, that would not be the first fight you want. Let's put it that way.
No.
And then what about John Jones for that matter too? I mean, you're gonna put him right against in the cage versus DC. Does he get? I saw someone where should he get a chance at a warm up fight?
Yeah, screw that. It's not an injury. Screw that. He's talking all this crap, calling DC dirty. I want DC to win now. Get out of here.
It's not like he hasn't been active because I mean he fought Dan Henderson in that grapple match. I don't know how legit that stuff is. It's not like an MMA fight, but fact is he's done it. He's been somewhat active. So.
Sure, a 230-pound Jones. But who else was on UFC on Fox? 20. What was it? 25?
24.
24. Excuse me.
Rose.
Aljo.
Oh well, that too. Yeah, that too. Rose was our last week interview that I was not here
Rose for YouTube because it's blowing up on YouTube, guys.
But
thank you. 300.
3,000.
I was going to say 300.
300,000. 300,000, baby. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. But thank you for the 3,000. And, of course, that's the one that I wasn't here for. But we do have Aljamain Sterling coming up next. Check us out. Again, WFAN.com, iTunes, YouTube, what is it, Play.it. What else we got? We got it all.
Yep, that's Snapchat. You said right.
I think we said Snapchat. Instagram. You'll see it's my stepson. But again, Aljamain Sterling coming up next on WFAN's Outside the Cage.
But first, YouTube. What up, guys? The fucking man is back in the saddle.
Thank
What's
you,
going
sir.
on? Pete is back. Refocus. If you haven't noticed, he's been playing with the ring. He's got a nice little Lord of the Rings on. It does.
Now. It feels good. I won't lie. It's new. I mean, listen. It's been on my finger now for 2 weeks, and the first day was a little bit like, okay, what's going on?
You train with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't take it off.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. I didn't take it off.
Right on the gloves.
Well, we didn't wear gloves today, but when when I do wear gloves, I'll probably leave it on most likely. I mean, it might slide off, taking them off, but for the most part, I'll leave it on.
Nice.
No chance. Yeah. But dude, I mean, a lot went on in the past 2 weeks, and I was itching and scratching to get back.
I know.
I want to sit down
Rose
and talk.
is your girl, man. Like,
I know.
Why'd you pick her? Are you kidding me?
Well, all right. So my picks were
bitter.
pretty awful, and then okay. Here's the thing: is I always go for people that are in studio, and then they tend to lose. So I'm like, all right, let me go for the Michelle Waterson because I wasn't. Listen, I listened to the interviews. She seemed cool. She seemed awesome. And I was like, but Waterson, I think I thought Paige and Rose are very similar in style, And I thought the way she handled Paige, I wouldn't be surprised if she'd handle what Michelle Waterson would handle a Rose in a similar manner. And it started out that way. She did the same flip, and she had the Rose in the same position, and then it just changed in about 30 seconds, and that was it. I mean, Michelle Waterson never stood a chance after that. Not saying Michelle Waterson's done and her career's over. I think she's going to have a nice, couple more 3-4 more year career if she chooses to do that. But Rose was in a different form, dude. She was ridiculous.
Dude, future champ, I believe. She wants the winner of Joanna Jessica Andrade. I think the UFC should do that. I'm not ready to see the Polish versus Polish matchup in Carolina and Joanna. Well, but Rose is marketable now.
Dude, listen, Rose is definitely marketable, and that
G.I. Jane going
between Rose. I still love Claudia Gadelha. I think she's a fantastic fighter. I think she's still the number one contender, but you can't really do another Claudia rematch because you've already seen it twice.
The trilogy.
I would love to see Rose versus Claudia. Give that a shot. But again, you have the winner of the Joanna Andrade fight. That's clear. Somebody's gonna get another chance.
Dude, just you saying Rose Claudia. Now that I've hit on, it takes time for divisions to develop.
Yeah.
Now we finally have at least 5 or 6 women fighters at the strawweight that we can mix and match.
Yeah.
People are already giving up on this women's featherweight division. And
because there's nothing there though. That's the problem. I don't see anybody like already. Holly Holm went down to 135.
Everybody's forgetting about Megan. I know she's a nobody to everybody.
But they haven't announced they haven't announced an actual if you look at UFC.com, and I do, you go there and you have they have the constant updating of top 10s every week. They update it, right? They have not created a featherweight division. How are you supposed to have a division if you don't even have a fighter in there right now? You have a title, you have someone holding a title, but no one's fighting her, nor is there anybody else in the division. I know it takes time, but maybe you should have planned it out before you created a class. Is it Cyborg they're waiting for?
Yes, create the Ronda effect. All of a sudden, Cyborg comes out weighing 170 fight night and starts wrecking girls. And dude, you're going to see the first time girls buckle. With Cyborg, and people be like, and you don't have to do a main event. You could do an FS1 main event. You could do a co-main with somebody over her, obviously.
But how do you listen? I'm all for the Cyborg Jermaine rematch fight, I should say.
And Jermaine got hurt. It was weird. My wrist hurts all of a sudden.
Jermaine's taking time off. Cyborg has to fight somebody, but then you have the person that lost the title fight. And she's going 135 already. That's what's confusing to me. Doesn't she have? She's going down to 135. Is that the UFC's decision? Is that her decision? I'm always curious. Who has carte blanche in that? Does the fighter have ultimate say?
If it's 2 losses in a row, then the manager can push. But it should be the fighter because you want to get the best product out there. That's what I would argue.
Oh, you do, and that's why. Even Aljamain talking, he said, he's I tried 145, just messing around, and these guys hit hard. I don't want to do that. I'll go back to 135. So you obviously know where you fit best, but then on the other hand, you see a guy like Devin Clark.
Short for 205, but he feels more comfortable.
Yeah, they told him where they wanted him to fight, and he said no.
Dude, Whitaker, I didn't know Whitaker was a 170. He fought Wonder Boy, and then he's coming out wrecking Ronaldo Souza.
I know, man. The fights are starting to shape. There's still a few names that I'm waiting to see pop up. I'm happy to see Lola Cerrone, as we said. But there's a few people that we get with Gastelum dipping out now. We have to figure out what that card's going to look like. Who's going to face Silva, which would have been a nice fight. Gian Volante's coming back, by the way. See that?
Dude, where is
Nassau Coliseum.
Wow.
July 22nd.
Wow.
How about that?
And we had some insight that apparently he said it was tough fighting at home. He said he didn't like it. They were begging for it to New York, and then he's like, "Oh, are you kidding me?"
Yeah, and now, I bet his biggest problem is he's probably going to go party with everyone the night before. That's his biggest problem.
Stay home.
How am I supposed to cut weight?
Hey, what are you doing? Are you kidding me? I got all little Vinnies and I got all this food.
But dude, I'm excited about that. That's going to be a nice event for us, for all our local listeners, our local audience. July 22nd.
Folks, we're going to try to be there.
Yeah, man.
Obviously with the Bellator 180, the July 22nd UFC on Fox 25. We're all going to try to be a part of this. Always try to bring you exclusive MMA takes, and dude, just so happy to have you back, man.
Well, that's how I'm happy to be back.
Good.
I missed you. I missed talking to you.
Know that you're wanted.
Well, thank you. I was feeling like a little jealous. I'm like, everyone's having a great time without me. I need to come back. So I'm happy to be back, and thank you for everyone for listening and following us. Again, WFAN.com, YouTube. Obviously, listen to us watching us on YouTube right now. But Play.it, iTunes, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, @_out to the cage, @_CBS.
At the Hoff, WFAN.
Thank you very much. We'll be back next week, people. See ya.